never had to answer that question before until Friday last week. So not quite sure of what the exact best strategy would be. But what we did think about was what are the needs of the owner, and also what are the needs and expectations of the purchasers. So what we essentially did, due to some circumstances, we postponed an auction, didn't set a new date. That was done on the Friday afternoon. Every buyer was notified of the situation by email or SMS or phone call, depending on what communication we had. On the Saturday, surprisingly, about 50 people turned up, and the 7 or 8 key buyers also turned up. We just clarified, we're very clear with them as to what would happen, and then we made a decision late that night that because of the interest and people were really keen not to wait for another auction, we made a decision with the owners to say, well, look, let's just set a time and a date for these buyers to put offers forward, and if those offers were satisfactory, the property would sell during the week. If not, we would just set a new date, a couple of weeks' time, and just sort of roll from there. As it turns out, we picked a date, no great reason, just Wednesday, 3 o'clock, and we ended up having 5 signed contracts came in. So the most important thing on that was that the property sold. Every buyer who was an interested buyer had an opportunity to make an offer by the Wednesday. Nobody missed out because of a time frame, and by being very clear with the buyers, it maintained our relationship. Even though there was some disappointment with buyers missing out, they understood the process. They understood that, you know, circumstances a bit out of their control. However, they felt the process was fair, and I think in that case the owner agreed, and we made the right call. Hopefully it doesn't happen again,